Previously in Phaneroo.
He says, and we know positively that we are of God, and the whole world around us, the cosmos, is under the power, the Bible says, of the evil one. Do you know why now you're not of the world? Because you're not under the power of Satan. You're not under the power of death. You're not under the power of failure. You're not under the power of fear. You're not under the power of sickness. You're not under the power of words. You're not under the power. That's why you're not of this world. Because the whole world is under the power of Satan. You're present on earth, but you're not under the power of Satan. He says, I have given and delivered to them your word, the message, and the world has hated them. Why? Because they are not of the world. Yes, they are present on earth, but they are not of earth. They are not of cosmos. Yes, you're walking the face of this earth, but you're not subject to the elements of this earth. You're not subject to the diseases of this earth. You're not subject to the words of this earth. You're not subject to the struggle of this earth. You're not subject to the corruption of this earth. You're not subject to the turmoil of this earth. You're not subject to the testations of this earth. You're not subject to the weakness of the earth. That's why he gave you the word. It will remind you who you are. If you ever go through a situation and you don't know how to go through, it's here. Read it. He sent his word and healed your diseases. The Bible says he sent a word to Jacob and it leads the whole of Israel. Because when Jesus says, I gave them the message, because they are not of the world. That's why he gave them the message. He knew it was the only thing to bail us out. There is nothing that can bail you out of your situation except the word he left you. When the Bible says, do not forget the rock from which you were hewn, the rock from which you were cut. Some of us forget where we came from. You must understand from where you were cut. The Bible says you're members of his body. You are members of his body. Philip was a normal man, born by normal parents, ate food, digested it. He breathed oxygen. He gets to an Ethiopian eunuch, preaches the gospel to him, puts him in water. And by the time the man comes out of water, Philip is nowhere. And the Bible says he was found at Azotus. Literally, a man who had flesh and blood like you was carried by the Spirit. And he was no more before the eyes of the eunuch. Think about it. These signs shall follow them that believe. He says, in my name they shall cast out devils. They shall speak new tongues. They shall take up serpents. And if not when, it's not a deliberate. But it says, if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not harm them. They shall lay hands on the sick and they shall recover. Paul, a man born by a woman, he had a father. He breathed oxygen like you and I. And the Bible tells us, when Paul had gathered a bundle of sticks and light them on fire, a viper came out of the fire and fastened on his hand. And the Bible says, he shook it off and threw it in the fire. The Bible says, he felt no harm. This was a man who believed the same words that you're seated on for on Thursday. The same words that I'm preaching tonight. The only question is, do you